Like, obviously, if you have a knife to your throat and the one thing that's being demanded is sex, you probably want to try and come as fast as possible, right? And get it over with.
What if you don't make her come and she wants more?
I feel like even though she seems very irrational, you might be able to plead the case like, oh, this never happens. Oops.
Yeah! Oh, no way, mate. It's us again. Mama, I'm on the totally moving. New way grooving. Now can we get back up? I got the heart and desire. You know my balls are on fire. Ready to take off through the time. Welcome to the show. Did you know that your mother is a nice lady? Yeah, she's really nice. The king of the West. King of the West. The king of the West. Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah.
Oh, that was cool. That felt like my throat was doing it. It did like a weird thing to me.
I took your throat and used it. Wait.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, sorry. So I was at gay pride all weekend. It's just off the tip of my tongue. Like dicks.
He's
Oh!
fucking your throat with his mind.
With my mind cock. Yeah. It's hot in her.
Yeah.
How did I say
So,
that?
Kevin, take off all your clothes.
Oh,
You asked for it.
we should play North Carolina. Wait, do we get flagged for me doing that? Wait, really? Okay. I do feel like we should. It's hot. It's
Yeah.
muggy. I
You
feel like I should take my shirt off
Yeah,
too, but
you think you saw a lot of pride this weekend?
yeah, guess so. Man,
Get over here and fuck these tits, fellas.
whoa. Okay,
Yeah, I'm
nobody
putting my
said-
shirt back on.
Yeah, probably might be. We might get flagged.
You're assuming a sort of
Man.
shape.
Oh, wow. What a compliment, Michael. You're assuming a shape.
Well, yeah, it looks like
Boy,
the,
is that flattering.
it looks like the Jello is like half solidified.
Oh, man, you don't look that bad at all, dude.
I
On
mean
the
this-
scale of man in the world today, you are in the 85 percentile of not disgusting.
That's absolutely true.
Thank you, Michael.
I
I'm
still
saying-
wear an undershirt to hide my bosoms.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, but your guns are lacking a little bit. But this is you're on this cusp of a normal man who's not out of shape to almost a fit man. And because you hang out with me and there's other posers in California that walk around being fit men, you're like, because that's how I get with, I got friends that are just a little fitter than I am. And I'm like, man, like Eddie takes his shirt off and I'm like, no. Like people are like, man, you're in shape. And I'm like, yeah. And then Eddie takes his shirt off and I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, look at that. What the fuck? So I get, because I'm like, man, I need to get, like Eddie. But I don't want to go to the gym all the time. I'm too old. I get tired. I need a nap. I can admit it. It's okay. I'm on a lot of like future space drugs and shit to like go up and they all have to be working all at the same time, and I have to rest and drink water and all these other things, or it won't work out. I cannot accomplish my feats.
As long as you're legally allowed to ride horses, you're doing okay.
Yeah. Cara Beth Burnside rides horses all the time and she doesn't wear a saddle, Michael.
Bareback.
She fucking barebacks out in the wild of Temecula.
Yeah, now there's some pride.
Pretty cool, right?
Wow. That'll
Yeah.
give you some calluses.
I'm not going to touch that. I'll go to Pride though. So Katie got a hotel at Pride because her friends are non-binary. They're non-binary, and they know a place that's a hotel on Pride, like on the streets of Pride, where you do the Pride walk. So we'll stay in the hotel, we'll get a cabana and hang out with the gays, and then do the walk with the gays, represent. And what better people to follow there than the non-binary people that have been, in the gay community way longer than I have. So we copy them. So we get there, and I bought clothes the day before that were extremely gay because I thought I've never had a time. Usually, I think every time I've ever been to the parade, I'm usually with the kids, so we kind of step back and watch the floats go by, and we don't really stay very long because, you know, you never know what's going to pop out. And Tiki was a little too small for naked asses, so we never stayed very long. So I've never really been in it, you know. I've always sort of like, oh, okay, and then I cut out. So I was like, we're really going this time. So we get to the pool and we check into the room, and I bought this. What's it called?
It's a jock strap.
So I bought a jock strap the day before where your butt is hanging out. So I bought
That
this.
usually happens with jock straps, right?
So I bought a lace, not a lace,
It's like mesh.
a mesh rainbow shorts to go over it. So that my butthole wasn't shown, just in case it was too much for the pool. So I get this stuff on. When I'm putting it on, somebody goes, "What's that ring?" And I go, "I don't know. What is that ring?" But there was a cock ring built into the underwear. So you know how they have underwear with a pocket so your balls and your dick sit in the pocket?
I love those.
In the pocket is a cock ring that you put around your balls and your dick, and then you put the whole thing in the pocket so it like sits it up all,
For extra support.
yeah, it's all, poppy, it pops. Your cock pops.
Yeah.
Your cock popping is hot right now. I don't know. So I've got that on. So I put the cock ring around because I'm like, whoa, I didn't even know you could do that. I put it on. We go to the pool. Everybody's straight. Nobody's gay.
You're
Well,
nobody, Michael.
you're on or near Santa Monica Boulevard in
Yep.
Boys Town.
Yep.
Mm.
But what we didn't know,
Somebody's travel agent's getting fired.
neither did the non-binaries, but apparently they moved the parade to another part of Hollywood.
Wow.
So the parade on Sunday isn't in Boys Town. It's somewhere else.
That's pretty shocking. That's like New York moving Christmas out of Rockefeller Center.
Apparently they had one the weekend before, right, Katie? But not
I think
a
it was
parade.
like maybe 2 weeks prior, but yeah, they had their own West Hollywood parade, but it wasn't like I don't think it was like the official LA one. It was just like
Yes.
West Hollywood had theirs, but it was smaller. Usually it's in West Hollywood, and that's Pride. You go and it's in WeHo.
So we fucked it up, kind of. But then I walk out there, and Katie says, before I put on my outfit, the gayest one, and she goes, "You're just going to go? You're not sure what's going to be at the pool?" And I'm like, it's gay Pride weekend. I'm either way, fuck it. Like, if it's inappropriate, fuck them. It's fucking Saturday by the pool. So I walk in there, and it's super I'm like, oh, man, this is like a pretty lit New York, LA. Everybody's super cool and up to date with all their fucking, they probably half of them know Yeezy or some shit, or Ye, whatever the fuck he wants to call himself. So I got a little bed where I sit there, and I'm like, oh man, my pants are slightly inappropriate, you know what I mean? But you can smoke weed there. That was the one thing that was good, but the service was really bad. And I'm old. I'm not drinking. So I'm like, I would like some food. And I would like a drink, you know what I mean? And they're like, yeah. You want to have a virgin pina colada? Sure. And then half an hour rolls by, and I'm like, hey, can I get a drink? It's hot, you know? And they're like, yeah. No.
Can you ask the DJ to turn the music down?
I
just a
didn't do
little?
that yet. I didn't do that. I was okay with that. I took it. There was a couple of songs where I was like, fuck me. But all in all, that wasn't that bad. So I'm sitting there, and then there's these cool guys on the bed next to us. And I'm talking to Katie about skating in Australia because, I get like that. And some lit dude with his sunglasses goes, hey, bro. So you got a lot of tattoos there. What's up? You pro skater? And I'm like, yeah, I got the tattoos to like keep people away. So it looks scary, but I guess it's not working. Yeah, that's cool, bro. New York, man, fucking LA, I'm like, I fucking care. What the fuck? You're not even gay. Get the fuck out of here. We trying to fuck Katie? Because it's not going to happen.
Should have sucked his wiener.
Yeah, so anyway, then I'm minding my own business, and I'm like, God damn, I hate people. But, you got to come here and celebrate.
Sure.
It's a perplexing thing when
A
you're
parade's a terrible place to be when you hate people.
Yeah.
I've noticed that several times.
Yeah, right.
That's been my experience.
I was very perplexed.
Yeah.
So
Fuck, more of them.
yeah, no, they're everywhere, Michael.
Oh my goodness.
Now they're trying to talk to me. Fuck. I did not plan for
Pipe
that.
down.
Yeah, seriously.
All of you.
Everybody keep your shit to yourself.
So goddamn enthusiastic.
Do I look like I want to fucking hear from any of you? Man, that's good coffee. Anyway, then all of a sudden I start feeling this intense pain in my groin area.
Oh no.
Yeah, you can't have a cock and ball ring on for like 4 hours and just sit there with it on. You can't do that.
It's like when you lean on an armrest for too long and then it goes numb out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
Dude, it was starting to hurt in weird places there's no room for me to adjust. Like as soon as I reach in, half my dick and balls are out, because it was just holding everything, so squeezing it so tight. So I put my rainbow shirt over my groin and just started hacking into it because I was like, I feel like if I just let this go, my dick might be injured tomorrow. Like it seemed like it could cut the circulation. I was getting worried. So I was
But
like,
then it looks like you're jacking off a little bit, right?
but I was like,
Yep.
lit guy can suck it. You know what I mean? Like, fuck you, dude. Yes, I am manipulating my dick. So I got it out of the cock ring and then I could breathe again. But so we do the night. Some friends come later and, they're nice people. And they were gay, they were a part of the community. So we had a little bed of the community, and nobody else was like that at all. At one point, when we first went in there was a tattooed couple that told the waiter, that, oh, we're good friends with them. And when they came over to get our order, they were like, yeah, those guys are really good friends with you, they said. And I was like, no, they're not. I don't know them. So that was a triggering one too, because I'm like, you're not going to come over here and do a tattoo bro down, are you? The times have changed. When you looked like me when you were younger, when I got them, you looked like nobody, you'd be like, fuck, I ain't just going to talk to that person. Now, it's kind of a calling card for a conversation.
Yeah, now old ladies come up to you at Ralph's and they're like, oh, what are your tattoos
And
Are you in
mean?
Maroon 5?
Sober people, maybe not. It's 2 beers and up. When you've had a couple of beers, it just comes out. You go, whoa, how many tattoos in total? I'm like, fuck you. No, I will not do it. It's like, do you like the chili peppers? It's very hard for me to continue this conversation when you start like that.
Yeah.
You've already put yourself in you're a kook, Did that one hurt? Kook.
Yeah.
How many? When was the first one? What does that mean?
I'll be at the self-checkout at the grocery store and feel something, and I'll look over, and a stranger will just come over and just start pulling up my shirt sleeve. Like, oh, look at these. Look at the color. It's like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
Yeah.
It's a very strange thing to do to a stranger.
Put your weird hands on me. So anyway, we wake up in the morning, and the other team has left. I'm like, what? They just cut out. They didn't feel good in the morning. I'm like, oh, okay. So we'll go to Pride. Pride's not there. So then we get in a car and we drive to Pride.
Which is where?
North Hollywood?
No, it was in Hollywood proper. So the parade route was like Cahuenga, Highland, Hollywood, Sunset. So there was like a little event on like Highland and Hollywood, or a little east.
But people
of
that don't know this area, it is an area where there's a donut store and prostitutes. Like it's not.
It's the Walk of Fame, but
It's
the
not
Walk of
pumping.
Fame is disgusting and terrible.
Yeah, it's kind of dirty these days. Well, it's always been dirty, but it's extra dirty these days.
Yeah,
And there's no club. Like the Boys Town has all the bars.
Yeah.
So when the floats go by, you can be in a bar, get food. There's guys dancing on tables. I don't think
No.
they're as ready for that.
No. Over there, you got a place called the Frolic Room, which I think, is that where somebody tried to fuck your mom?
Whoa.
No, that was at Powerhouse.
Yeah.
Wait, somebody tried to fuck your mom at Powerhouse.
Right around the
Yep.
corner from the Frolic Room.
Yeah. I mean, it's right on Hollywood and Highland. I used to live like 2 blocks
Yeah.
from there.
Put it this way, when Julia Roberts was a prostitute in Pretty Woman, she was on the Walk of Fame where this event took place, and I would argue it's far worse now than it was when she was portraying a prostitute there.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
So it's hard to park, hard to get near it, and we finally get near it. By the time we get there and walk to the corner where the last float goes by us as we walk up to it,
Was it Woody Woodpecker?
I didn't even get to see the float. I just saw that it was turning, and then when I got to the corner, it had already
Woodstock.
disappeared down to in the distance. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then we walked into it, and it was more of a I don't know. This is when the thing kicks in. Katie nailed me. She goes, it's so weird because you want to be here, you want to be a part of the community, but you hate people, and everybody's pissing you off by bumping and cutting you off and shit. And I'm like, yeah, I want to, because I want to hang out, but I don't know anyone, and if I don't know you, I'm super edgy. It's embarrassing, really. It's like a childhood scar of sorts because I don't know what it is, like too cool or. And like maybe sober guys or anal, like if I had a couple beers and I'd be like, hey, yeah, sure. But like somebody slowed down behind me, wasn't dressed appropriately for the community. And he had that look in his eye and I knew. And he stopped behind me because I got my backpack on the side. He was going to fucking steal shit out of it. It's all he was doing. He was just checking people. And I was like, nah, motherfucker. And then I ended up transferring my butt bag to a Joe Rogan style so that nobody could, because I usually flick it over the side like a backpack.
Yeah.
But instead I put it in front so that nobody could get at it. So then I was kind of weird about people trying to rob us because I'm like, there's pickpockets in this street. They're like, oh man, this is a perfect time to do that. Then we walked up and down it several times. Then we saw signs for roller derby. And because I've been looking into roller derby, I recognized the organization. And we went down to that and saw how they had just set up a track and some bleachers in a tennis court area. Didn't look that difficult. Didn't look impossible to do. Kind of looked like we could definitely do that. So I liked that was worth it because I'm like, okay, so Ellis Mania, when that's done, this could be the next big thing. Or it just looks like fun to me. Oh, mate, Jason L. Show talking about Athletic Greens. The other day, I was driving on the freeway, and this person was doing like 50 in the fast lane. And then when I went to go around him in the carpool, they tried to block me in the carpool. And I wanted to slow their car down and pull them off the freeway and then beat them until they learned how to drive. But because I'd had some Athletic Greens before I left to go because I didn't eat, I was able to sustain my aggressions and not kill anybody because I was complete. My stomach was settled and I was full of vitamins.
That's right.
And minerals, Michael.
What soothed the savage beast inside Jason? Why, it was AG1. One tasty scoop contains 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients, including a multivitamin, multi-mineral, probiotic green superfood blend. The special blend of high-quality, bioavailable ingredients and a scoop of AG1 work together to fill the nutritional gaps in your diet, support energy and focus, aid with gut health and digestion, and support a healthy immune system, replacing multiple products or pills with one healthy, delicious drink.
Fuck yeah!
To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you an immune-supporting free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase if you visit athleticgreens.com/JES today. Again, simply visit athleticgreens.com/JES to take control of your health and give AG1 a try.
Oh, man, I really like CBD. I also like THC. I heard when you do them together, it works even better. Maybe that's why it works so good. But I've used a lot of CBD creams, or you name it. I've used it. I've been given all of them because pro skateboarder who's old, it's handy stuff. And feels the drop thing, take it before I go to sleep, really works. I feel like I got a better night's sleep. I feel rested. I feel ready to take on the day.
I like CBD. THC scares the living hell out of me. And that's where feels comes in for me. If you're concerned, if you're curious about the health benefits, the stress and anxiety relieving benefits of CBD, but you're afraid of accidentally getting a drug effect that you don't want, here's what Feels has got for you: a free CBD hotline to help guide your personal experience so that you find your perfect dose.
Start feeling better with Feels. Become a member today by going to feels.com/Ellis, and you'll get 50% off your first order with free shipping. That's FEALS.com/Ellis to become a member and get 50% automatically taken off your first order with free shipping. Feals.com/Ellis.
And then what happened?
I mean, you're kind of glossing over the fact that we parked like over a mile away. So it was a lot of walking, and it was really, really hot outside. We both definitely got sunburnt.
Oh yeah.
We definitely saw a couple bare asses, which was cool.
Yeah, not enough.
I was watching the Bob Baker marionettes.
Yeah.
They had that there, and then I look over, and there's a guy just standing there in a jockstrap with his like furry ass out.
It's weird because he didn't have that hairy of an ass, except in the crack he did. So it was almost like he was more appropriate for being there because his asshole was covered.
Like a mohawk.
Yeah, like an inside hole.
Right. Like a bad gremlin.
A brohawk. Were there any titties?
Yeah, there was a lot of girls with pasties on, so you saw like live titties.
Cool.
That was a lot. That happened a lot.
Nutsacks?
I didn't see any nut sacks. This is more people were being appropriate, you know.
That's
There's
cool.
kids there and shit. Saw somebody almost die. He fainted in a man's arms. I asked the police if I could smoke a doobie, and they were like, "Yeah, just not in front of me."
That was nice of you.
Yeah.
End of them.
Yeah. Some people are really angry at the police there. You know, the media makes, all the gays are like, "You guys are trying to bring us down." I'm like,
Oh yeah, the
Maybe.
gays don't want cops at Pride.
Oh, they might be helpful.
I know.
I think some gays don't want.
Sure. Without
Not
knowing the
everybody.
details, I know that was an issue with the San Francisco Pride, right? Where it was the mayor said that she would only be there if the police were there.
Mhm.
And that was a controversial thing that the mayor insisted the police be present at Pride.
I think right now, not a bad idea because there's groups out there that are, like those Proud Boys that were in a rental truck that were going to fuck up a Pride. I would, if those people showed up to the one on this weekend and then there was no cops, that's terrible. I was talking to Katie about that. I was like, if 20 Proud Boys show up, I don't see a lot of people that are ready to win that fight.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I've barely been to Pride in LA, but I assumed that there were police there, and I always felt like they were on average a net benefit.
Yep.
And I'm sure people have bad stories just in the same way that every crowd I've ever been in anywhere, somebody has a not great interaction with some form of security, authorized or otherwise.
Mhm.
But all in all, it's better that they're there than that they're not.
It's just, somebody who doesn't like that community says some disrespectful stuff to somebody at the event. Now that person has it in their head that all cops hate gays. So I'm sure there is. I saw a couple where I was like, I can tell this gentleman does not like being here and being near us. But I also, like those other ones that I asked about smoking weed, they didn't have no beef with me. And I'm like, yeah, man, just, you're not supposed to just blow it in my face because it's illegal to do it like that. It's kind of like drinking. But if you're like, in the park or something, you're not blowing it on somebody, well,
Yeah.
we won't do anything.
Right. And if you hired me to do security at a 5 Finger Death Punch show, I wouldn't like it, and I'm not going to try to hide that, but it doesn't mean that I want everyone there dead.
You've got to assume that almost everybody at a 5 Finger Death Punch that isn't a fan hates being there.
Yeah. I'd
Man.
be like, oh, please, yes, smoke weed and blow it in my face.
What would you rather
Please.
do? Go to 5 Finger Death Punch or go on the Titanic? Because
Titanic had better music.
Some guys lived.
Yeah, that's the thing people forget about the Titanic. Is I think like half the people on the Titanic did survive, and I'm told it was a lovely cruise until
Yeah.
the ugliness we don't need to
Yeah, there was
belabor.
some really great meals.
Right. Whereas every single person who goes to see 5 Finger Death Punch has to see 5 Finger Death Punch.
Yeah. Sure, they lived.
It's a
but
5 finger death sentence.
Is it worth it? Yeah.
Rebel Wilson is seemingly now a member of the LGBTQ plus community.
Who's Rebel Wilson again?
She's that formerly large comedian lady with a British accent. Rebel
No.
Wilson? Nothing?
I know that name.
You do.
Rebel Wilson. Oh, wait, is she Australian?
She's English, isn't she?
No.
Am I wrong?
She might be Australian.
I feel like I've seen her hang out with Dingo.
I think you may have. I definitely think you may have.
She bowled with Tony Hawk, Dingo, and Dennis
yes,
Rodman.
yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, she's
Yeah, she is
Australian,
Australian. Yeah.
She's outed herself as a bi?
Seems that way.
or a total gay?
She posted a photo of herself with a lady friend that's a known lady friend of hers and said, I thought I was searching for a Disney prince. Maybe what I really needed all this time was a Disney princess. # love is love.
Yeah. Yeah, I back it. I feel like some people connect with, doesn't matter what's in your crutch, you know? You're going to live with somebody that makes you happy for the rest of your life, then fuck it, you know? There's no rules here. Dang, she's really hot. She got really hot too. I mean, she was way bigger. You said used to be a comedian. She retired?
No, was formerly large.
Okay.
Still a comedian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good work. You know, it's not easy when you're a really big person to get down to a normal weight. It's, you know, I do believe some bodies want to be fat, you know?
Yeah, there's no doubt
It's
about
a lot
that.
of work to be really big and get down to a healthy size. So good for her. Is everybody cool with that, or did that offend anybody?
I'm sure people are in whatever camp they were in the day before is the camp they're still in today. I don't think anybody I don't think it's moved the needle.
Well,
one
show
way
me
or
that photo. Man, she's fucking a quarter of herself.
I feel like we were watching a movie with her in it the other night.
Yeah.
And I was surprised at how thin she had become.
Yeah, it looks like she got even thinner though. That's amazing.
She's in that new movie, right, where she like goes back to high school after being in a coma for 2
That's what we saw.
decades, and she's a cheerleader or
Mm-hmm.
prom queen or something.
That's what we watched.
There you go.
I was sleeping, but I remember waking up and being like, "Oh, weird."
Yeah, I don't know.
Wasn't she also in one scene of a movie that we did a movie review of? Like, did she get like harassed by She got saved by RoboCop or something like that.
What?
Really?
Demolition Man?
Nah.
No.
She would have to be a little kid. She's only like
Yeah.
a year or two older than me, I think.
Okay, what was... Oh,
She was in Cats. Are you thinking about Cats?
I'm not thinking of Cats.
No one's thinking.
Nobody,
of that.
you're the only person who is still thinking of Cats.
That's because I fucking watched that movie
Why?
out of morbid curiosity.
Oh.
Anytime I hear a movie is terrible,
Oh.
I have to see it. And it was leaving HBO Max, and I was like, all right, now or never.
Here you go. Ghost Rider saved her.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's more
Yep.
Yeah,
recent.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, she was like a goth kid living under a bridge or some shit, right?
She's very rock and roll. Vaguely cyberpunk, if memory serves.
Hmm.
Speaking of larger ladies, there's this TikTok star who was informed she was too large to ride a horse.
Yeah, I sent you this because I felt like I saw it and I
Mhm.
see the people reacting to it. And I wonder if people know that if you weigh over 200 pounds and you go to a place like that, it doesn't matter if you're a big guy, big fat, it doesn't matter. You can't ride it. So if you weigh over 200 pounds, you can't really say that they discriminated you because you're fat. It's because the horse can't carry you.
She says, I've ridden horses before, and I've never had this issue. Her
That's
name
not.
is Remy Bader.
Yeah.
Poor horses.
I'm on the horse's side. They do that I've had that happen to me more than once because when they go, how much do you weigh? And you say 200, they go, sorry, man. Unless they have a big horse, but if they don't have a big horse, you have to miss out.
The rule of thumb is around 15%. The rider ought not be more than 15% of the horse's weight. Some people say 10, some people say 20, and that includes like all of the kit as well.
Yeah.
So, and if you're less experienced of a rider, you slosh around more, which means you're more for the horse to bear.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm assuming, I know she's, in addition to being a TikTok star, very experienced with horses, but she's not Cara Beth Burnside.
Yeah, I don't think she's that experienced. If she doesn't know about the weight thing, that
Yeah.
tells me she hasn't done it that much.
Right.
It looks like in the video, she says that she weighs over 240 pounds.
Yeah, you can't go on a fucking horse if you're 240. Same with me.
Yeah.
You just,
Maybe a Clydesdale.
yeah. Yeah, they have big horses for
Mhm.
bigger people, but yeah, what? I mean, it's your life. You can do whatever you want with it. Horses, certain size, don't carry. I mean, do you want to hurt the horse? That would be crazy, right? You wouldn't want to hurt the horse. So
That's right.
can you not believe that the people are looking out for the horse's interest, not trying to make fun of you for your weight? I mean, that's and then it goes viral. Like, let's ruin this business. I'm like, that business was doing the horse a favor. That they're in the business of horses,
Right.
and now they're going to get a bunch of fucking TikTok assholes are going to start trying to cancel them when this lady is kind of in the wrong.
Which she could have found out very easily with a quick Google, which is how I was able to. I saw that and said, okay, well, let's see. And because I've not had that experience of, nobody's ever brought up being too big to ride a horse in my presence. Comes up right away on Google. One result, then another, then another, then another. And they all say pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. If you're 200 and up and you've ridden horses, you know the answer to that. Because it doesn't happen to me occasionally. Every time I've ever gone, they go, wait, what? And if I've missed out before, they're like, we don't have another horse for you. Or, hey, wait, here we got a giant ass horse for you.
Bring out Big Mama.
They do. They did. more than once that's happened. I'm like, cool. So, thank you. But seems like insecurity and entitlement.
Yeah.
Like you got to bring that up. Did the person say, no way, fat ass? That'd be different.
Yeah.
But I don't think they did. I think they just said, wait, what? You're how much?
Yeah.
We can't get you on that horse.
Right.
Is everybody else reporting that she's a bitch, or is it like, yeah, we're going to get this horse company?
It's one of those things. It's like, what is
It sucks.
a society that's very big on virtue signaling going to side with more? An animal or a large lady? It's like the eternal struggle. What's the right choice?
I just wonder. I wonder if people understand the bit where if you're a certain weight everywhere around the world, unless it's like someplace where they don't care about the horses, then it's different. If they don't care about the animal, it doesn't matter how big you are, they'll let you ride it. But if they care about the animal, they will make sure that you don't weigh that much. And if you're fucking 500 pounds and you don't get 2 seats on an airplane, it's your fault. I don't feel sorry for you. Like, you got that big, you buy 2 seats. Like you can. I'm not saying stop being fat. You're not allowed to get on the plane. I'm just saying if you're so big you don't fit in 1 seat, and I have to be engulfed by half of you, then you should buy 2 seats. Well, that's not mean. I don't care. I don't think
it is either.
Yeah, I don't even care if you think it is. I feel like there's a certain amount of weight where you gotta look. I know people get scarred. You get addictions. I'm an addict as well. You gotta. You can't give up. And if you get too big to fit in an airplane seat, you've given up. You've got to get back on the horse. You got to get, watch your diet.
But not literally. I cannot stress that enough.
Yeah, they won't let you.
So the article that I'm reading is from NBC News, mainstream legitimate news organization. They first established the detail that she, is a TikTok star, and she said she was turned away from this horse ranch. In the 5th paragraph, it says the ranch has a website and there is a guide on their website about how much weight a horse can carry. So yeah, they do acknowledge that this is an established policy, not only in the horse world, but at the particular ranch where she was. In a follow-up post, she was like, well, I never actually said that they should let me ride a horse. I get that some places have weight requirements and I don't want to hurt the horses. But the way I was spoken to and laughed at by the owner is what I took exception to, which maybe he did treat her like an asshole, but it does say in the caption of the initial post, I've rode horses before and have never had this issue.
Yeah. Maybe you were 16 and you weren't 250 pounds.
Yeah.
Because they change when you change. Look, if the guy did that, then that's a different story.
Right.
I don't think that anybody deserves to be shamed.
Right.
But it is a fact.
But then your post becomes, hey, I was too heavy to ride this horse and this guy treated me like an asshole because of it.
Yeah.
Not, what the fuck, why can't I ride the horses?
Yeah. Yes, and as well as I do that a lot of her followers, I'm sure you listen to the show religiously.
Massive crossover.
Yeah. You might be dumb and you might just get triggered and follow her and be like, yeah, fuck that fucking place. We're all gonna fucking that's not cool. He was doing his job. Look, if he was like, hey, you can't get on there, you're too big, is that inappropriate?
No.
I mean, how else do you tell him?
No, that's literally exactly how you have to say it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I'm too big. He said it,
Mhm.
but because I'm not. Actually, I was kind of fat to me.
Mhm.
It's probably like 220.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, no way.
Right.
And I'm like, I didn't go, fuck. I was
Right.
like, yeah, it's poor horsey. I don't want to be a part of making the poor horsey's back sore.
I bet you very fit NBA players who are like 6'9" are also not allowed.
Not
to
allowed
ride
on that.
horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, very right. Like Francis Ngannou. He's not allowed to ride a horse, Michael.
Mm-mm.
And he is shredded.
That's right.
So yeah, I think maybe, I don't know. Is she making a lot of money? Is her thing about being fat? Like, is she like a food person or something? Or like a negative workout person? Like she's all about don't work out, or what's her stance?
She is actually more known for, it says, realistic clothing haul videos, which
She's not wearing them, right?
I take to mean, look at this. I went to this store and I only spent blah, 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 but look
She's
at what
a
I
thrift
got.
store lady.
That's what it, yeah.
And she's huge.
I wouldn't say that.
You know what I mean? On social media.
She's got 2 million followers.
2 million on TikTok.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Just for buying clothes?
Yeah.
Jesus
Well, you got
Christ.
people that unwrap stuff and they do really well, right?
That's true.
Yeah. My one these days, my most fun thing to watch on social media is when people give you motivational advice.
Really?
Yeah, it's fun.
Do they usually give good advice or is it stupid?
No. I mean, look, if you want motivational advice, you watch Rocky. That's it. Sylvester Stallone has had it figured out from day one, ladies and gentlemen. You know, the guy made his movie. Nobody wanted to use him in it, and he did it, and he got himself in it. He changed his body and made himself look like the fittest person in the world. In Hollywood, he was the most shredded person in movies, which made you believe that he could indeed, take the punishment of Rocky Balboa and then kill people like Rambo. He did. His drive was exceptional. And then he wrote a movie where he gives you, when Rocky's like, do hard, you get back up and that's pretty much it. Everybody has their way of explaining that, but that's pretty much it. But it's always fun to watch somebody tell us what to do with where I'm like, it's just Rocky Balboa. You're Rocky Balboaing me, and you are not. It'd be different if you were Rocky Balboa, but you're not.
You, sir, are no Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, like you CrossFit. Fuck off. I don't know, you got a band or some shit. And you're like, don't give up. I'm like, God damn. You gave up.
Who do you think would have won in a real boxing match in 1977? Sylvester Stallone or Carl Weathers?
I mean, Carl Weathers always looked better.
Yeah.
I don't know how much boxing he did after the movie. I know obviously Sylvester got really into it, but
Yeah. He moved just very gracefully. Carl Weathers did.
Yeah. He had like when he did shadow boxing in the movie and shit, it was very apparent that he didn't fight at all.
Mhm.
But when he was on his feet, he looked very light,
He did.
and it did look like an athlete.
For sure. I wonder if there isn't some sort of athletic background there.
Rocky didn't.
No.
Rocky kind of plotted.
That looked like a guy who trained against meat.
I know that he was acting like that, but then later on when he gets speed, Apollo dies and then he gets his coach and he gets the speed of Apollo. He still didn't look like he was floating like Apollo did.
Carl Weathers, I don't think he played in the NFL, but was at least for a minute signed to the Oakland Raiders.
Okay, so
Yeah.
he was a fucking athlete.
Yeah.
Dude, he's one of the most shredded actors ever,
Yeah. It says when in high school, he did boxing, football, gymnastics, judo, soccer, and wrestling.
Yeah.
So he dabbled across the board.
Yeah.
So we think Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed probably beats Rocky, right?
Yeah.
How about Mr. T?
Mr. T, when he was B.A. Baracus, was fucking pretty tough. And he looked pretty good.
Okay.
He didn't throw a lot of technique. He just threw big overhand rights. And when you're dealing with these other two guys, I mean, Balboa's going out with everybody. I don't think Rocky could beat his wife. He just looks like
Talia
such
Shire?
Yeah, I don't think
I think he might be able to handle Paulie.
he looked like a bad boxer. I don't know. Later rounds, yeah, but if Paulie gets him in the first, that's it.
So Dolph Lundgren is not a good fight for him. We agree.
Dolph Lundgren is actually trained.
Right.
I don't know how well. I hear it's a kickboxing background, so that means you're probably not that great with your hands. But if you kickbox for 5 or 6 years, then you're gonna beat up Rocky.
And he was scary big in that movie too.
And and it was illegal. Like that's a matchup that has never happened in the history of the world. Maybe in Pride or something. But yeah, there was like a 50-pound difference. It looked like it, right?
It was like an 8-inch
He looked-
difference. And
yeah.
it wasn't that like when Daniel Cormier was fighting taller guys, but was so much thicker than
Yeah,
them.
no, he wasn't. Yeah, he
Yeah.
looked like he was about 195 and Drago was about 230.
Okay, could Rocky be the robot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have any hands. Pretty easy to hit him. How's he going to block? He's just got a serving tray in his hand, doesn't he?
And what happens? I believe Hulk Hogan
Good
beats,
question, though.
beats Rocky, but
Yeah.
what does that actually look like?
He would fall on him
Mm-hmm.
and then mush him on the ground.
But that's not boxing. They'd have to stand
Oh, in an
back
actual
out.
boxing fight. Okay. Well, I don't know. Hulk doesn't look like he ever threw a punch.
That's what I'm saying.
But he's it's different. If you fight Mayweather, then yeah, you're not going to win. But if you fight somebody who doesn't know how to fight,
Yeah.
then they're not going to get out of the way, and eventually you will clip them.
Yeah.
So I would have to say that Balboa dies from that because Thunderlips was fucking 300 pounds, man.
He was massive. I'm figuring at
And he
that
was
point.
young and his legs worked back then. Like
Yeah,
he
for
would
sure.
fucking fist you into another planet. Like I wouldn't want to get hit by him. I wouldn't want to get hit by him now. He's still got, if he could get that thing to go, like he's got a giant arm on him.
Right. But there is all that training of could he make himself actually connect on a punch or would he not, even if his life depended on it, just stop at 3 inches in front of your nose and stomp the floor really hard?
Oh, he's just programmed a fake fight. Yeah, I wonder. That'd be funny, man. He gets into an altercation on the street and fucking fake beats the shit out of you. You're like, okay, fuck, I guess. You wouldn't be able to stop him.
No.
In his heyday, he'd be able to fake wrestle the shit out of you.
Yeah.
You'd have no choice. Ragdoll you. Yeah, I feel like he's an enthusiast. His brother is an enthusiast.
Yeah.
He was
That's why
always at the gym fucking man about he knows about black and white days, who was the champ, who was an up and comer but didn't make it. He knows the ins and outs. But
Yeah.
that doesn't make you a good fighter.
No, of course not.
I'm not trying to shit on him, but I saw Frank hit the bag. It ain't nothing.
Right.
You know, he did fight for Stern. He fought fucking mustache guy.
Geraldo.
Yeah, he fought Geraldo in a real fight. So funny. Such a weird, like we all just do it, you know? Get big, do a radio show or whatever it is your fucking thing, and then it's like, we should do a fight, you know? We should do more. Everybody, same brain, same theory on everything. More, bigger.
I think I saw Black China was in a celebrity boxing match over the weekend.
Yeah, I saw that too. They said Benzino fought, but I didn't see Benzino. But I saw a fake fight. I saw a guy took a fall in the fight, and it's super apparent that he faked it.
In the celebrity boxing
yeah.
thing?
So there's fucking fake fights going on these days. Blatant. The guy goes, oh, and falls without getting hit.
Well, wasn't whatever the Benzino conversation was about him fighting somebody? I
Because it was
thought
going to be Aaron Carter, but
right,
Yeah.
pretty sure Aaron Carter probably smoked that idea.
but I thought that was a pretty short notice kind of thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, because he hit up my coach again.
Right,
We posted it on
Oh.
the Jason Ellis show.
we did. Yeah,
That's
no,
an
I know.
inside scoop that nobody really caught because it's Jason Ellis show Instagram, but he fucking hit up Josh and was like, hey man, I want to fight again. I want to train. He was like, are you sober? And then
Immediately got all bitchy.
he's like, fuck you, fucking this, fuck that. Like, so no.
3 weeks ago, Benzino surrendered to police after being named a fugitive.
Whoa.
So
I just see this over and over again. Will
he didn't fight
reportedly
then?
turn himself into a fugitive squad. A warrant for his arrest after he failed to show up for court following a 2020 arrest on criminal damage and disorderly conduct charges.
Oh wow.
Jealous rage took it out on his ex's boyfriend and that guy's truck.
Oh.
So it sounds relatively mundane, but he was literally technically a fugitive from justice. But I think that doesn't stop you from, that doesn't sound like anything that should stop anybody from boxing Aaron Carter.
I sent Katie a video I saw this morning of a disagreement, a boyfriend getting out of the car and getting his gear out of the back of the car, and then his girlfriend reversing and trying to run him over. And then he runs in front of the car, and then she tries to run him over again. I think it's maybe 3 or 4 attacks in total. And then she rams the wall because he moves out of the way, and she rams the wall like her car is fucking dusted. Dude.
Wow, yeah.
Like half the wall falls on the hood of her car, and then she gets out and chases him.
Shit. Once you know it's total, I guess you might as well get your money's worth.
But if you guys have ever had a disagreement with somebody, imagine if it went like this. Like it was somebody, look, what, she gets out, he's like, fuck this, I'm out of here. Gets his stuff aggressively because he's like, fuck this. And she's like, fuck you. Tried to run his ass over.
Don't run back in front.
And then look at,
Oh,
boom.
nice.
Dude, she ain't
Yeah,
done.
the back kicks up because
Yeah.
of how hard you hit the front.
Oh, and he's just jumping around all excited.
And these are some crazy people. But she is not done. Wait till she tries to get him again. She gets back in the car, rolls out. And this is the dumb
Ooh,
part.
Almost hit that truck.
I think he knows he's faster than her, so he triggers her to do it again by stepping in front.
Yeah, he's like
Oh,
a
it's-
matador.
Exactly. He's
Watch.
Olay.
And then now she's going to really go for it.
Oh, he put himself in a very stupid
Look
position
at,
there.
look at.
Don't turn your back.
He did it on purpose.
Oh, she hit the same spot.
Look how much. Look at when she backs the car out. Look how much of the wall is on the hood of her car. Like she is going to jail.
Whoa.
Look at that. Like
my god.
she dusted the. Look now she's like, fuck that. I'm coming after you. And then they get into a little scuffle on a staircase, and I think people jump in and help, but
Oops, she turned the windshield wipers on.
try to get the rocks off.
That's embarrassing.
But could you imagine that? Where you're like, wait, I guess crazy always finds crazy, so he's probably not that surprised. But could you imagine if you dated somebody for a couple months and then, they got crazy in the car and you're like, you know what? I think we're done. Like you're
Yeah.
crazy. And then she does that.
If you're not crazy and you spot crazy, you usually bounce.
Like how much trouble are you in for trying to kill your boyfriend on video and then also smashing into walls in your car? Is that
It's a lot of stuff.
Well, I don't
It's
see how
attempted vehicular manslaughter,
Of
right?
course.
And then damage to property. I'm sure they'll tack on like a reckless driving.
yeah, assault? Because then she tried to assault him after the fact. Do they keep adding on charges, or how's that work?
Well, I think there's a lot of discretion involved, but yeah, all that is in play at the
If
very
he
least.
cheated on her, would that lessen her
I don't
charges?
think so.
It doesn't, right?
I don't think so.
What about if it was
Okay.
his mum?
Again, I think the law, for better and for worse, there tends to be a lot of discretion baked in. That's the problem with minimum mandatories, is sometimes there are extenuating circumstances. What if that guy fucked her sister, her best friend, her entire volleyball team, and her mom? Well, it's still a crime, but I can see where then they go, we're not going to throw the book at her.
Right.
Maybe we'll charge her with this, but not that.
but jail time for sure.
I would assume so, of course, yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised by anything anymore that some people do things and get like fucking 6 months of probation. But yeah, on paper, of course, that's attempt. I mean, she tried to kill him repeatedly,
Yep.
flat out. I saw a story of a woman who forced her ex to have sex at machete point.
Whoa.
Hot.
Mm,
Did she hold it the whole time?
yes.
Cool.
There's a mugshot if you want to.
That just proves like a guy can get a boner for anything.
Yes, absolutely. I'll get to that. A machete-wielding woman broke into her ex's home, directed him to disrobe, and then forced him to have sex with her. She said, "Get in the bed and remove your clothes."
She does
And-
not look the type.
Oh, that's so good.
I could see it. She wearing a Baja?
What's a Baja?
Like one of those things that you buy in like a beach town. It has like a hood thing that nobody ever actually uses.
She's
As-
doing that face like, yep, you got me.
Hey, that's a weird face to pull it in jail.
I'll machete fuck again.
Yeah.
Don't doubt me.
Yeah, she hasn't learned her lesson. No way.
No. So he said he did not feel that he could leave the room without being hurt by her. So he removed his pants and she climbed on top of him and they engaged in intercourse. The victim told police that he became aroused by seeing her without any undergarments on.
Cool.
Yeah. So she was naked and holding a machete and
It's pretty hot.
naked one.
I mean, that's pretty scary for the guy, but that was probably some good sex.
Yeah.
Probably also like crazy people tend to be pretty decent in bed. He
Yeah.
probably already had decent sex with her that didn't possibly have his life in the balance.
Yeah.
That's true. I don't know how I would perform under those circumstances.
So
Like, obviously, if you have a knife to your throat and the one thing that's being demanded is sex, you probably want to try and come as fast as possible, right? And get it over with.
What if you don't make her come and she wants more?
I feel like even though she seems very irrational, you might be able to plead the case like, oh, this never happens. Oops.
see, I feel like I try to
It's my first machete sex. Please.
I try to get her into doggy style, and then I'm pretty sure I can get the weapon.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, she's not turning her back on you.
Anything is possible. While they were having sex, while she was on top of him, the victim says that while holding the machete, she bit him on the arm and then he ejaculated. He attempted to push her off. She bit his arm again and continued to have sex with him until he was no longer erect.
Awesome.
Whoa.
Yep.
So hot.
She got her money's worth.
Yeah. Just
And,
get charged.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So we're coming to.
I know. What's some harmless machete sex among ex-lovers? She was charged with aggravated burglary, assault with a weapon, both felonies, misdemeanor counts, yada, 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 yada. If you see this lady, you can
Don't
sleep
fuck
with
her.
her. Don't tell her your real name and don't have sex at your house.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't go anywhere where no one's around.
Machete sex.
Nice
though.
machete, though.
That is definitely a thrash metal song. Oh man, she's only 19?
Oh.
Yikes.
Yeah, the future is not bright.
Nope. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just doesn't seem like it could do the job.
A machete?
Yeah, you could just, I feel like if you're fucking her, you could get it.
It is. I think he played it safe, is the
Yep.
best thing that you could
Yep.
say.
Maybe he's really small.
He could be a
His
wiener.
dick or the machete?
Him.
Maybe he is. All right.
He's like, I can't even win in a tussle here.
She does not look very physically imposing.
No,
There's small guys out there.
she does look very tiny and squirrely, but she might be into that. Might be her type.
Maybe she's into jockeys.
Yeah.
Those guys are small as fuck.
Oh yeah.
She seems like the kind of person that has a demon voice at her disposal.
Yeah, yeah.
Like she might have a name for her alter
She's in
ego.
the dark arts.
She'll probably be free in like 20 years. I probably already said too much. What else? What else? A lobster diver was swallowed whole by a whale.
That's happened before.
Yeah. Yeah, this seems to be a thing that happens more often now.
Yeah.
The-
Stupid divers swim in front of the mouth.
I don't think he ever saw it coming.
Oh. Why did it eat him? He's not plankton.
He doesn't look very tasty.
Is it just a matter of
Did he get sunburn in there? He looks red.
Maybe some of the digestive acid got all over him.
Oh, dang.
he didn't say anything about it like burning? I'm assuming he was wearing some sort of wetsuit.
I mean, he didn't go in the stomach, right?
No, I assume he was in the mouth the whole
And then he
time.
got out.
He
Who
is.
got him out?
He got spat out. He is a veteran lobster diver, and there he was down on down on the sandy bottom.
Yeah.
And he said all of a sudden everything. He said he felt a shove, and then everything was black.
Man.
I could
Whoa.
sense I was moving. He says,
Wow.
and I could feel the whale squeezing with the muscles in his mouth.
Oh.
At first, he assumed he was inside a great white shark, but couldn't feel any teeth. It helped that this guy obviously had tons and tons of experience and had more presence of mind down there than most of us would. Not that it actually really makes a difference. He was just able to make sense of it. You're not getting out of a whale's mouth just because you know you're in a whale's mouth.
No, you got to just start punching and thrashing and
Do you?
farting. I mean, try anything.
What
Like,
did he
punch
do?
any wall.
How did he get out?
He struggled and the whale began shaking its head. So he said he could tell the whale didn't like it. He estimates that he was inside the whale for 30 to 40 seconds before it surfaced.
Long time.
And he saw it's a really long time. Yeah. I guess you can breathe, right? You still have scuba gear.
If you keep a thing in your mouth, yeah.
Right. Otherwise, you're probably going to. Like, you might think, well, I can hold my breath for a minute.
No.
Not when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you're in
Yeah.
a whale's belly. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
So
no.
you say he breached and then spat him out?
It sure seems that way. I saw light and he started throwing his head side to side. The next thing I knew, I was outside in the water.
Fuck. Total blackness means he went in pretty far.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What a cool fucking story,
If you
though.
get swallowed, you're not getting out, right? Like, that's it.
If you go down,
Into the gut, you're not getting out.
I wouldn't think so. I would think even if it threw you up, there's going to be some wrenching on the way out,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Terrifying. Good for him, though. He made it. Didn't know sharks accidentally ate people. I mean, whales. So
it's
they
got to
can
be super
see it.
rare.
Yeah, it almost makes me wonder,
Does that mean they eat fish sometimes?
like really, really big ones?
Yeah.
Right. No. Because, okay,
They didn't do that.
The
Maybe they're
whale-
blind.
the whale doesn't know. Because I always just think of them as sort of being like a net. Like they're just going around
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. That's what I think.
and whatever goes in is what they swallow.
Yeah.
The fact that he seems pretty sure that struggling was something that the whale didn't like.
Yeah.
Any animal is going to struggle.
Yeah.
So if you get like a 6-foot shark, which is about the same size as this guy, the shark's not going to like it either.
Yeah.
Anything is going to struggle. So it's got to just be an accident. All I know with whales is there's those ones, right, that have like a million teeth that are actually like really long Howard Hughes fingernails.
Baleen.
Huh?
It's called baleen.
That's what the teeth are?
Yeah.
So is that one of these ones? Did he go through the baleen?
I would think so because the baleen is there to sort of like filter out
Right.
like little prawns and stuff like that.
Right. But it somehow it didn't filter out a fully grown lobster diver.
I mean, I guess not.
Some shitty baleen.
Yeah.
So sometimes they open their mouth and just swallow things.
I guess so.
Do you think he thought it was like a patch of plankton?
Maybe.
He was like, fuck, it's a solid.
Maybe the wetsuit like scrambled his brain when he looked at it and was just like, all right, I'm just going to scoop up whatever's in here.
Makes me feel like whales are dumb.
I think that's pretty clear.
Yeah, they don't really need much intelligence. They're just giant sea beasts.
I
Like
heard
you
they
said,
t-
they're just like a living net and they just swoop up whatever is in their path.
They talk to each other and shit, right?
They do. My kid just the other day was watching a documentary narrated by Sigourney Weaver
She's great.
about
I like her flat chest.
the totally me too. Yeah. The totally normally named Sigourney Weaver.
That's right.
Who the clip that I saw was like, I guess there was like a new whale in town, and one whale like goes and attacks like a, I don't know, like a sea lion or a seal, and is like, hey, bro. And he goes and like drops it near him to be like, hey, welcome. Like, you know, like, hey, can I get you a beer? Like, here, I caught this. You can eat it. And then the other whale like looks at it and swims away. And then the first whale is like, if you don't want it, then I'm going to eat it. And he goes back down and gets it. And she's like, see, we can barely even begin to comprehend the level of communication. Will we ever understand the language of the whales? And I'm like, yeah, you seem like a low intelligence dog, maybe,
Mm.
which is like smarter than
I heard they're related to cows, Michael.
maybe like a smarter than a housefly.
Could be like a cowfish.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm
I
still
feel like a cow could accidentally eat something they didn't want to.
no doubt. No, I'm sure they
No
do.
offense to the cow.
I still say the smartest animal is still dumber than the dumbest man, and nobody marvels at the secret wonder of the dumbest man.
I would watch a documentary on the dumbest man.
That's an entirely different story. Yeah.
That would be cool. It's like,
Yeah.
Remember there was a documentary on people fucking horses?
No.
It's similar to that.
I think I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, ponies. People love ponies,
Mhm.
and they got pony boyfriends and girlfriends, and the pony backs up on them, so it's
Yeah.
not rape.
Right. Because they initiate it. This is my little pony.
Yeah.
And this is my medium-sized pony.
Yeah, those guys are the dumbest people, and that's a fun documentary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty stupid.
You know what's a fun show?
What's that?
Ragnarok. No,
Yes.
yeah, it's fun.
Not Thor Ragnarok.
Nah.
Just regular old Ragnarok.
It's
a TV show?
Yeah,
Mhm.
Netflix.
It's Norwegian.
Yeah,
Norwegian Netflix.
the guy in where are they?
Norway.
Yeah, they're there.
I like Norway. Just too many Norwegian people.
But all the actors in it look like famous Hollywood actors, but they're not. You're like, I feel like I've seen this guy before, but
Yeah, nah.
no, you haven't.
That's Sven Bjornsson.
Mm-hmm. But it's kind of fun. Magical power show. I don't really like magical power shows, but I liked it.
And finally, speaking of
Bless you, pussy.
Oh, thank you.
animals accidentally eating things, some guy caught a great big catfish, and while he was gutting it, he found a sex toy inside of it.
Yeah. Illegal in
What?
Texas.
They blurred it out.
No, do you know what? If it's the same version that I had, the top one is blurred, but when you scroll down, there's another one where you can see it.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it's hidden in the corner.
Mhm.
I could if I
Oh.
was a fish in the sea, I could accidentally eat a dick.
It's got a suction cup on it too.
It's so decrepit.
Yeah, the acid probably rotted it.
Right. And I think, is the other one like a soccer ball or something?
It looks like a coconut.
I thought it was some kind of ball.
Oh,
Maybe you're
yeah.
right. I think it is a soccer ball with like all of the fleshy bit eaten off of it.
Oh,
It's a pretty big dick
Yeah.
it's dorked. Why is it bent like that?
because the acid and stuff.
Oh shit! Here's a better. Photo.
It's like a
There you go.
snapped. Oh, wow.
It's a cock and ball.
Ah.
So that's what that catfish is into. Can you bring up a photo of a gooey duck?
Oh yeah, those are awesome.
Because if this guy would eat a gooey duck, then he'd for sure eat a dick.
What's a gooey duck?
Gooey duck is
Pretty much looks like that dildo.
Ah, he thought it was a gooey duck.
well, it's like a kind of clam, right? Or something. It's clam adjacent.
With a giant penis. Very well hung clams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. It's like
Yeah, I
that
seen
thing
it
is a
late.
fucking cock sandwich. It's like a cock taco.
I seen a lady eat that on YouTube.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
It's not cool.
they're out there. I've worked in restaurants that serve gooey duck.
Have you ever tasted it?
I don't think I actually had the pleasure.
I would try it,
I wouldn't.
but it doesn't look. My guess is it's not going to taste good.
Yeah, you never know.
What do you mean you never know? That's going to be some fishy saltwater jizz clam.
Because I like
Yeah, but I like
steamers.
clams.
But I like oysters, so
Yeah,
that's
me
also
too,
a
but I don't know
saltwater
why.
jizz clam.
I mean, for a fellow Jersey guy, were you big into steamers?
No.
When you go to the shore,
The fuck's
See,
a steamer?
my family still is big
So
on
your girlfriend
steamers.
shits on you.
Yeah.
They're just like clams, and you steam them, and they look like a less cartoony version of that. Like they do have like a tiny little pisser on them.
Yeah,
But
It's
it
a
doesn't look-
steamed clam.
Yeah, and they're great, but I feel like, and this is often the case with seafood, if you get something that's way bigger than you're used to, like, oh, I like this clam, so I will really like this gigantic clam. I feel like it changes the taste wildly. So that would probably taste just like a funky dick.
If I'm not mistaken, I think they would more serve like slices of it. I don't think you would get the whole dick on a
Oh,
plate.
Yeah.
fry it up and put it on a pizza like pepperoni.
Oh,
Dick pepperoni.
it's like calamari or something. I just don't like it.
You don't like calamari?
Not really.
Mm.
I mean, it's just deep fried. It's what the bit you like. I don't like the calamari.
I like a calamari steak because the calamari, the fried shit, is the tentacles.
Mm.
The steak is like the body part.
Mm.
It's like rubbery, not fried.
Mm.
I don't know if you're just not into that, but I think it's edible. I'm not the biggest seafood person.
Yeah, I wish I liked seafood more.
Yeah, I know. It's the way to be. It's the way we were raised.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You know, my wife is Japanese and her mom is even more Japanese, and she's been with us for a couple weeks visiting, and my wife said to me one time, fish, the role that it plays in Japanese culture is roughly akin to the role that chicken plus beef
Yeah.
plays in American culture. And it's great if you're raised that way. It's awesome. Do you know it would be so good for the world if people just ate way more seaweed? The problem is it fucking tastes like seaweed. And that's just a deal breaker for a lot of people.
I don't mind seaweed.
If you raise kids on it, they'll eat it. But the average American palate isn't going to try just flat out, a bunch of seaweed when they're maybe like a sushi roll, but where it's the dominant flavor, you're not going to get into that when you're 30.
No.
Well, one more story. Speaking of more delicious food, an aggressive bacon lover, had a piggly wiggly rampage.
Oh
What?
no.
Yeah, there's a lady. She's not small. And she
Not a horse rider.
No.
no,
Nope.
no. She might be more of like
Carrying the horse.
She gives horses piggyback
Yep.
rides at a special farm.
she shoplifted beer, bacon, cheese, and chicken wings from a Piggly Wiggly
The cheese doesn't fit. Where are you putting the cheese?
in her mouth, probably. So she put all this stuff in her bag, and then she went up to check out, and she only took one item out of the bag, and everybody could see she was still holding a full bag of other delicious, salty, fatty products. And when they confronted her on that, she allegedly punched, spit at, and pepper sprayed store workers.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But they caught her.
Well, she got away, and then she sat down and pulled a beer out of her shopping bag and was just drinking it when the police arrived.
She needed sustenance to continue her journey,
Yes.
but they caught her in the middle of filling up.
Yeah.
She seemed pretty happy about it,
It's almost like she's hitting on me in that mug.
right? She's like, you want my bacon.
You want
They'll
some of
never
this
find the
cheese.
rest of the bacon.
Oh.
Guess where I'm hiding?
Oh, dang.
Guess where I'm hiding 8 cans of Coors Light?
Oh, no. Shit. And it sounds like a bad rubber.
Yeah, and I think she's going to have to practice. Maybe they say you go to jail and you just come out a better criminal.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe she just needs some robbery training.
Hopefully somebody in there says, look, don't leave that much in the bag when you go through. You got to leave, maybe one item at the
Yeah.
bottom.
Right.
Not all the beer and the bacon.
Or if you're going to pepper spray him, just don't stop.
Yeah. That's
Just
where
head
you
for
fucked up.
Just head for the door in a cloud of pepper spray.
Maybe bear spray really
Mm.
stops them. I don't get that. Bear spray. I saw a video. Kay sent me a video of a baby bear biting a lady's face. It's pretty funny.
Did she get mauled?
Nah. She's probably got a big mark on her chin, though. It was a baby bear.
Mm.
But he bit her chin.
Do you think if you raised a bear from baby to adult,
Yeah.
it would be chill?
Yeah. But it might bite you. That's
It
the
might
problem with
accidentally
bears.
kill me while playing?
Nah, like you got a bear and he's your friend, and then someone comes over and they smell funny, and then my bear eats them
Right.
because they got a bad vibe or something.
Yeah.
You know how sometimes pit bulls bite people
Right.
or other dogs?
Yeah.
I would be the kind of person that you can't risk that. So I just don't expose my bear to the public. He would be a private bear.
Didn't Habib occasionally wrestle? Wasn't it like a bear?
His dad was friends with the circus.
Yeah, there was like a bear on a chain and all the kids trained with the bear.
Mhm.
Something like that.
I think it was more of a stunt. I think it was more like watch this guy wrestle a bear.
Mhm.
He wrestles bears, so now he's a good wrestler. But I don't think that was like how he got good.
Mhm.
Like if we were all raised with a bear, we'd be better. We'd be UFC champions. I don't think it works like that. I think it was got a video. I remember when he wrestled a bear as a kid, and then you post it, and it goes, it's just like the saying, "Hey man, this guy wrestles bears." Like,
Right.
it's a good angle, good
Right.
promotional angle. But I don't think there's probably other kids out there that grappled that bear. And they're not in the UFC.
Right. Right. It takes more than just that, I guess.
Yeah.
I was considering doing some, getting back into martial arts training
Hmm.
because I found a dojo and it looks like they teach you how to use some of the Ninja Turtle weapons. And I'm very interested
Is
in
there
that.
another way that you could explain that sounds less gay? Sorry, gay people.
No.
You know what I mean?
I can't.
Less cartoony. Because you're saying Ninja Turtle weapons, but I feel like you're saying because ninjas were before the Ninja Turtles,
Yeah.
so you're saying ninja stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
You're
Nunchuck-
ruining
nun-
it by adding turtles. You know
Nunchucks,
that, right?
stick,
Yeah,
barbecue fork.
They got the
Bruce
stick.
Lee did it before the Ninja Turtles, and then ninjas. I mean, don't even get me started. Ninjas, they go way back.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise. He was a great ninja.
samurai.
Sorry. Samurais were with ninjas back then, though, because they were ninja attacks.
I'm sure they rubbed shoulders.
I think ninjas and samurai, are they the same?
I don't think so.
No.
All right.
So I think samurais are like loud and proud. Ninja are secret warriors.
Okay.
Yeah, ninjas are more stealthy, and samurai were almost like soldiers
Yes.
I think it's just what they
back
were.
in the day. Yeah,
No, I think they're the equivalent of knights.
Uh,
but yeah, I mean, I found a flyer.
yeah.
Um,
Could be a ninja.
Journey of 1,000 steps.
but it's the classes are head up by like Sensei Brian or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would feel cool. Like even if I got
But it has
a
to be
bow
Sensei
staff,
Yakimoto or something. Why can't it be Sensei Brian?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I didn't know
He
you
learned
were
the fine
racist.
arts. Yeah, he learned the fine arts from Yakimoto, I assume. Who's Yakimoto? Is that a guy that owned a building in Die Hard?
No,
You're
that's
close.
Nakatomi.
Right. Sensei Nakatomi then.
Even if I did,
I'm with
if I got
Tully. I
like a
think you're
bow
racist.
staff, probably.
All right, good. We've got to the bottom of it. So you're a racist that wants to be a ninja,
Yeah, I want to be racist ninja.
but only. What about when you become a ninja and you're a white guy? Are you not the thing you hate yourself?
yeah,
No,
but
I
I've
think
always
he's-
been self-loathing.
I think like a lot of racists, he is into
Works
cultural
out.
appropriation.
Oh, okay. So you want to be a ninja that hates himself for
Yes.
being white.
Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
but even if I like stopped a robbery
Yeah.
at a 7-Eleven or some shit, and I
Yeah.
pulled out a bow staff, I don't know why I had a bow staff on me,
Because you're a
but
ninja.
I thwarted all the guys, and
Yeah.
it looked really fucking cool.
Thwarted.
And they
Really?
had like video footage of it,
Yeah. Yeah.
security footage, and
Yeah.
it went viral. Like
Yeah.
that lady trying to murder her boyfriend.
Are you hard right now?
I'm getting there,
Yeah. So anyway, you're a fucking ninja on video.
and I fuck these
Going
guys
viral.
up,
Yeah.
and then I go viral, and I'm like, fuck yeah! But then I'm just like, and then like in the back of my head, I'm like, shout out to Sensei Brian for my training. I'm like, ah, god damn it, Sensei Brian. And
Why
then
would
it
you
ruins
shout
it.
out your sensei? You have become the master.
In that scenario?
You're Sensei Kraft.
I just used his training and won and applied it.
What do you have again? Not herpes, the other one.
Wait, come again?
What do you have again? Some fucking blister thing on you or some shit?
Oh, do you mean shingles?
Yeah, yeah. Sensei shingles, you could be.
Sensei shingles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sensei Kraft shingles. I would go to your dojo.
That would strike the
What about if you sliced cheese finely, and that was part of your training?
I just get a sword and there's a block of cheese and I just hack it up into
No,
deli
you
meats.
you teach people to hack the cheese.
You
So
could
you're everybody's hacking cheese. That's like one of the classes. I would go to that.
Your cheese bay.
Would you
No,
go to
I
a
hate
class
that.
where you samurai sword cheese for an hour?
Probably not.
Right.
Probably
I appreciate your honesty, Michael. I would go though, Kevin, if you open that dojo.
Yeah.
Yeah, until you ran out of cheese, I'd be there. Because that sounds like fun. Cheese. You ever see those people with knives at trade shows kill a fake man made out of rubber? He's like clear and you can see inside him or whatever, and it shows you like what the damage would be if it was a
Whoa.
real person.
I've
My
never
kid's
seen
watching
that.
like a YouTube reality
Yeah.
show where guys make weapons and then they just see how easily they can like behead people and
Yeah.
gut them. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to do that with a cheese dummy. Cheese torso, cheese head, and you samurai him.
Sounds delicious.
Right. And then you would give the cheese
Mhm.
to the homeless. 'Cause they love cheese.
Who doesn't?
There you go.
Uh,
This is extra sharp.
the rest of the world doesn't eat because they're lactose intolerant. Because they're all uppity and rich.
Seriously.
It's not a bad idea. Free classes where you chop up cheese for the homeless, and then after they do the class, they get to eat the cheese.
Oh wow.
It's a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, teach a man to fish. You know.
Teach a man to slice
Now
cheese.
go forth and make your own hors d'oeuvres.
That's right.
Go forth and cut the cheese.
Bring some loaves of bread, and then boom, cheese sandwich. That'll get you going all day.
Yeah.
Fuck up a cheese sandwich. I'm not too good for a cheese sandwich.
I am.
I'll eat an American cheese sandwich with
I'm not.
yellow mustard.
Oh,
Oh man.
that was so
That
bad.
went downhill fast.
Yeah,
Really?
That is so harsh.
What's so bad about that?
You
I
put
don't know.
mustard on your grilled cheeses?
I don't really like grilled cheese. I would just have that room
Mm.
temp, baby.
Yeah. even
Wow.
worse. Yeah, makes no sense, right?
Would you have a cheeseburger with American cheese?
For sure.
Okay, so when you take the burger out, why did that become not as good? Sure. Why did that become bad tasting?
It's not melted.
Yeah.
You need all of your cheese to be melted?
Mhm.
Cheddar cheese, you need to be melted.
If it's sliced.
I don't want to eat cheese, really. Cheese block is just like, wow. So harsh.
Would you
Yeah.
have a ham and cheese sandwich?
Nah, it's gone. I used to.
Right. So what's so bad about taking the ham off of that? In a pinch.
It's the pairing. I don't think I would want just a ham sandwich either.
Oh, really?
I need the combo.
Those are kind of a thing.
I know.
Ham sandwich with mustard makes more sense than a cheese sandwich with mustard.
Agreed.
I'm just past blocks of cheese. But if you melt it, because nachos and shit, quesadillas, still fuck with that.
Mm-hmm.
But just a slab of cheese, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'm more of a fondue guy than a block of cheese guy.
Yeah.
You fondue you.
I can't do fondue anymore either.
No?
I never could.
It's just too much cheese.
What am I, a fucking gassy 1970s swinger?
I mean,
Get the
are you
fondue
guys
outta
forgetting
here.
we held an event called Fondue Host?
Yeah,
I mean,
ingest.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
I enjoyed that. I liked eating all that cheese.
Yeah.
That was sick.
We did fondue themed karaoke.
I feel like I'm having a direct conversation with your tits right now.
Oh man.
How much you love cheese.
Well, I've been trying to eat better. I know I'm still flabby and stuff, but I've lost some weight, and I think depriving myself of all this fun stuff is just making me think about cheese all the time.
How much weight did you lose?
About 13 pounds.
Wow. Do you think your tits aren't as fat?
I've 100% gone down a cup size,
Nice.
but like you just saw at the beginning of the show, they're still kind of gross. They're still flappy. You could probably still fuck them if the will was there.
I think your deal is you lose a bit of weight and then you think good and then you put it back on. If you were to keep going, then you'd be on fire.
I've been playing the slow game. I
Yeah.
hear when you take it slower, it builds back slower. Is that true?
Take what slow?
Like if you lose a fuckload of weight real fast,
Yeah.
you're more prone to put it back on just as fast, right?
Well,
But if
I
you
think
just slowly.
only in the sense that if you've been starving yourself,
Yeah.
there's a really good chance that you would crash and crack and make a bunch of inappropriate decisions. Whereas if you were doing it more slowly, it's more sustainable. But no, if you decide to fucking eat 7 6-foot long hoagies in a weekend, it doesn't matter how gradually you'd been losing weight to that point. You just ate 40 feet of hoagie.
It's a lifestyle. That's how you lose weight. Is you don't diet. It's forever. You know?
Yeah.
You just don't ever do a week of eating shit ever again. You do one shit meal. And then you get back on the program.
Yeah. I came to the decision that I can't be both pasty and flabby. It's too gross looking. I got to pick one or the other.
Yeah.
And since I can't really hold a tan, I got to lose.
You're absolutely
lose my
positive
flubber.
you couldn't get a tan?
It goes away very fast,
Yeah,
and then
me
it
too.
leaves more freckles, and I don't like having freckles.
Oh, okay. You think that if you tanned your body, you would have a freckly body?
Yeah, I'd look like Carrot Top.
Oh.
That's why I look so ghastly and pale.
How bad is it to have some freckles? Women don't like that?
I don't think of you as a person with freckles.
Yeah, because you won't go in the sun.
You should see my
I
back.
think you exaggerate.
You
Your
think
back
I've never
doesn't
seen
have-
your
yeah,
back?
we've seen your back.
Like
I
my
don't-
shoulders?
You're not freckly.
I'm just telling
Oh,
you.
come on.
I don't. Maybe you are. Maybe you aren't. There's people I think of who are like Howdy Doody, freckly guy.
Yeah.
You, not a freckly guy.
That's because I intentionally put effort into not trying to get a tan.
All right.
I don't lay out by the pool. I don't go to the beach.
I'm just saying, I feel like Kevin Kraft with a tan with a few more freckles is better than pasty, no freckle Kevin. That's what I think.
That could be
But
true.
that's me.
Yeah.
I'm not you. I don't have to walk around with that. I've got freckles. And I got freckles.
Yeah, I think so. Sorta. You're very tattooed. It's hard to tell. But Kevin, have you ever considered a spray tan?
We've done that.
Yeah. I did it once,
Yeah, well,
and then
we wouldn't make fun of you for that.
I when I woke up the next day, because I'm a pretty sweaty guy, I
Yeah.
sweated it out onto my sheets, and it looked like the
Oh.
Shroud of Turin.
No, but that's everybody has a stain after they get it, right?
I don't know. I've never gotten a spray tan.
I think Dave, I remember Dave Boyce, shout out to Dave Boyce, who every Ellis Mania would get a spray tan before he came down to Vegas to
No way.
yeah, to fit in. I'm like, nobody in Vegas is from here, dude, especially in the hotel room. Just come pasty. But I think it helped him with his base tan
Mhm.
because it kind of shielded a little bit of the sun. I don't know. I might have made that up.
Maybe I'll do that before Ellis Mania 20.
Yes, get tanned.
Get a spray tan.
Maybe I'll get spray tan, and then halfway through the fight, Lewis will have spray tan all over him.
Yeah, his every punch he tries to throw will just slide off.
Oh, because I'm greasy with
Yeah.
spray tan? Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was greasy. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think I spray tan once. I don't know. I don't feel good about stuff spraying on me.
That's fair.
I feel itchy, sticky. I'm like, ew. All that, you know?
Can't be great for you.
Oh, yeah. Nah. Like, you think it hurts your skin?
I don't know. I try to
It's
not.
got to be better than sunburn.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I think
Right.
I got a bit of heat stroke this weekend.
Really?
So I walked around for like 5 or 6 hours with no shirt on.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Do you have any blisters?
No. What
All right,
the
then you're good.
fuck? Man, that's just to say that is such a, you get burnt very, like, do you have any blisters? That's happened maybe twice in my life.
Well, I know two
Fell
people
asleep in the sun or something.
who I've been around that got sunburnt so bad that they got like massive blisters like the size of your fist.
Oh,
Real bad.
are you intoxicated? Because you got to not feel the burn
I know.
Like, I feel like there's a certain amount of burn where I go, I got to go.
I actually felt like we popped my buddy's massive sun blister into a shot glass and I did a shot of it.
There you go.
It was
Plenty
pretty
more
nasty,
where this
but,
came from on Patreon, huh?
Yeah, patreon.com/EllisMate. Everybody, if you want to go there and check out our shows, we do 2 live Jason Ellis shows a week. I do 2 solo Awesome World shows a week. And we also occasionally do live shows on a Friday night. And the only way to witness those is to sign up to our Patreon, patreon.com/EllisMate.
And you get access, early access to tickets.
Oh, yeah. And if you wanted to go to Ellis Mania, and you get tickets for a week before everybody else, which should be really soon, like this week or next week. I got to follow up on that. I got to follow up on a lot of stuff. We're busy people. I think we're done, everybody. Make sure you have a great day and, do Kegels because it helps you shoot further loads.
Doing them right now.
And it's good. Me too. It's good for your shaft. And I think it does something else. I can't remember. But do that. And stay hard. All right.
If you want more Jason Ellis Show, sign up for their Patreon at patreon.com/EllisMate for a 2-hour show every Tuesday and Wednesday. To watch full episodes of The Jason Ellis Show, subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/The Jason Ellis Show. And don't forget to follow the crew on Instagram at Wolfmate, at Tullywood, at Kevin Kraft, at Underwear Wolf, and at The Jason Ellis Show.